Welcome, guys, to ILW's Royal Rumble, and this is the last stop on the road to WrestleMania. We have an action-packed card filled with world title matches, tag team title matches, death match, wrestling, and most importantly, the Royal Rumble. And for the first time in ILW history, none of the entrants for the Royal Rumble have been announced. And not only that, but we are kicking off tonight's activities with the Royal Rumble.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Royal Rumble! Our first match is the 30-man over the rope Royal Rumble match.
So who is going to be our first? Wait a minute. That's the sound of our tribal chief, the world's heavyweight champion, Roman Reigns. We do know he is not competing in the Royal Rumble. He is, in fact, taking on The Rock tonight for the World Heavyweight Championship, which, very interesting enough, last year at this very same event, Roman Reigns took down The Rock to become, at that time we thought, the one and only tribal chief of ILW. Since then, Roman has been on quite the reign of terror, no pun intended, but taking down the likes of Kenny Omega, Adam Cole, and many others on his path to becoming the World Heavyweight Champion. Alongside him right now is the wise man Paul Heyman, but also his bloodline, who are the reigning tag team champions, SmackDown tag team champions, I should say. And Roman Reigns looks like he is up to nothing but business. Let's see what Paulie has to say. Guys, it looks like we got us an impromptu match. The Rock is on his way to the ring, guys. It was quite the experience when The Rock showed up out of nowhere to challenge Roman Reigns for that World Heavyweight Championship, and to also once again be the tribal chief of their family. Such a great legacy in the NOI family. But The Rock has been gone for quite some time. Will he be able to come back in the fold and take down Roman Reigns, who many consider, the greatest of all time, especially, possibly the greatest of this era? Will The Rock be able to dethrone Roman Reigns and prove that not only is he the final boss, but he is the tribal chief of their family?
Your challenger from Miami, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, he is the final boss, The Rock! Your champion from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 255 pounds, he is the tribal chief and your ILW champion, Roman Reigns.
Right there, that's what this is all for. Referee John Cone displaying that World Heavyweight Championship, but tonight, it feels like there's a little bit more on the line right there. That Ulafala that signifies, the tribalism of the tribal chief. That is also on the line. If Rock wins, he will leave here with the World's Heavyweight Championship and that there Ulafala. Rock and Reigns lock horns like two Brahma bulls fighting over dominance. Reigns rushes the Rock. Rock showing that he still has what it takes in this ring with that headlock takeover. But Roman, back body drop, sending the Rock down hard into that mat. Rocky, though, with a drop kick. It's kind of like it's 1998 all over again. Rocky with that clothesline. The Rock is on fire, taking down Roman Reigns, but Reigns able to combat with that big boot, following it up. The sit-out neck breaker. Roman taking charge, tearing down the Rock's offense. Count of two, and Roman now elbow drop to the back of the head of the Rock, breaking the Rock down. The Rock, though, able to hit a stun gun on that top rope, dropping Roman Reigns neck first, getting the upper hand, and now the Rock looking to take it to the outside, sending Roman Reigns down to the floor, and Rocky flies with a huge crossbody off the top rope. Quite, the risk for Rock to be taken at this stage in his career, and now he's sending Roman Reigns into those steel stairs, knocking them clean over. Right there, that could be the difference maker, but the referee getting in front of the Rock, giving Roman time to capitalize. Now Roman sending Rocky's head into those steel steps, gaining the upper hand. That could have been the momentum shift that Rock needed if the referee hadn't been in the way. Roman looking to get this over with now, but Rock kicks out at 2.5. The Rock fighting back. Suplex by The Rock onto Roman Reigns. Can he capitalize? Can he keep momentum on his side? The Rock now sending Roman off the ropes, looking for that big spine buster. And Rocky drops Reigns, pandering to the crowd. It looks like he's calling for it. The most electrifying move in all of entertainment, that people's elbow. The Rock has Roman in position. Rock goes off the ropes, and Rock lays the smack it down. Is that it? That move's put many legends away. Mankind, The Undertaker, Triple H. But tonight, Roman Reigns kicks out. And now The Rock going for that rock bottom. Reigns breaks himself free and hits a Uranagi rock bottom-esque move of his own, trying to let the Tribal Chief trying to let the final boss know who in fact is in charge. Reigns calling for that Superman punch. Rock reverses it, float over DDT, a beautiful counter by The Rock. Now The Rock going for a Samoan drop, but Reigns elbows his way out once again. And now Reigns going for that crucifix style power bomb, but Rock slides down the back. Veteran instincts by The Rock, but Roman Reigns sends The Rock outside the ring with that Superman punch. And now Air Reigns over the top rope, but Rock catches Roman with a huge Samoan drop in mid-air. And right there, this might be the end of the reign of terror of Roman Reigns. Now The Rock capitalizes with the sharpshooter locked in the middle of the ring. Will Reigns tap out? Referee John Cone in position, checking on Roman. You gotta think, after Roman going for that dive, missing, getting countered with that Samoan drop onto the ring ramp outside, the damage has to be done to the lower back of Roman Reigns. Reigns, though, luckily able to make it to the bottom rope, and The Rock is ready to take down Roman, but Reigns is fighting back with whatever's left in him. The Rock, though. Right hand. And he's laying the smackdown all over Roman's candy ass. And follows it up with the rock bottom. This could be it. We have a new world champion. No. Roman Reigns put the foot on the bottom rope. The instincts of the tribal chief is the only thing that saved his World Heavyweight Championship. The Rock, though, looking for a stunner. Shades of his old rival, Stone Cold Steve Austin. But it cost him. Roman Reigns connects with the spear and retains.
And your winner, and still the ILW champion, Roman Reigns.
And as Nate said, still the world's heavyweight champion and our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, stands tall against his cousin, The Rock. But is this the last time we will see The Rock in an ILW ring?
Your next match is scheduled for one fall, and this for the ILW NXT Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a matchup months in the making. Dragunov has been pretty much stalking the champion, waiting for his opportunity, biding his time, and now we're here. Ilya Dragunov is challenging Braun Breaker for his NXT Championship. Now, Breaker has been the NXT Championship since last year at WrestleMania when he took down the Bastard Pac. But, wait a minute. Interesting development here in the front row. Mustafa Ali face-to-face with Dragunov. Dragunov pretty much telling him, hey, when I win that championship, you get a shot. That's what it looked like to me. Could we see Ilya Dragunov defend the NXT Championship against Mustafa Ali? Well, he's going to have to take down this man, the badass Braun Breaker. Nobody has been able to take down Braun Breaker, whether it's, young upstarts like Ricky Starks, or if it's former world heavyweight champions like Adam Cole. And you got to think, is it Big Papa Pump in the ear of Braun Breaker that's keeping him so successful? Right there, you just saw Steiner letting Breaker know to calm down. He's telling the fans to shut up, telling Breaker to stay focused.
Your challenger from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 210 pounds, the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov. And here's your champion from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 250 pounds, the ILW Intercontinental Champion, the badass Braun Breaker.
This matchup will be one fall to a finish. There you see that NXT Championship where both these men are fighting their hearts out for. Refereed by senior official John Cone. I just want to say thank you, Nasty Nick, for the introductions. This match and the Royal Rumble is presented to you by the I Love Wrestling Podcast. Go check out the I Love Wrestling Podcast over on the official YouTube channel. Link or at will be in the description below. But right now, Breaker is getting chopped all to hell by the Mad Russian, the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov. But Breaker able to counter quick, power slam, sending Dragunov down, taking out all the momentum that Dragunov was trying to build up. Dragunov quick with the reversal out of the suplex, locks in the sleeper hold. He is going to have to wear down Breaker, which is going to be easier said than done. Breaker makes it to the ropes. Dragunov, let's go. Follows up with not a release German suplex, but a German suplex. Breaker clotheslines the head off of Dragunov. And is he going for a powerbomb? Dragunov goes for the roll-up. Slides to the outside, getting away from Breaker, which had to have been a smart move, pulling Breaker out, kicking him in the face. But now Dragunov going for a high-risk maneuver, possibly that drop kick. Breaker rolls out of the way, and the spine lands on that ring apron, the hardest part of the apron. Breaker, though, gets enziguri to the side of the head. Another German suplex, this time on the ring ramp, or the entrance ramp. Dragunov, is he looking to go high risk? Bounces off them ropes. Suicide dive, but Breaker catches Dragunov and fall away slam, landing right back on that ring apron. The back of Dragunov taking all that punishment. Dragunov picks Breaker up and brainbuster out of nowhere. Breaker, though, saves his championship reign by kicking out the count of 2. Dragunov goes to the top rope, but Breaker with the Frankensteiner off the top rope. Breaker taking a second to pose. Dragunov trying to regain composure, but gets ripped in half with a spear. This could be it. Dragunov kicks out at 2 3/4. You got to think Bron Breakker thought his championship was in the bag. A torpedo headbutt to the side of the head of Bron Breakker. This could be the momentum shift that Dragunov needs. Spin through clothesline. Takes Breakker down. Forearm to the face of Bron Breakker. And another one. Could this be the end of Bron Breakker's championship reign? And it is.
And your winner in the new ILW NXT champion, Ilya Dragunov.
Ladies and gentlemen, just like that, we have a new NXT champion. Scott Steiner on the outside trying to console Bron Breakker. Wait a minute. Clothesline to Breakker. It can't be Scott Steiner with the Steiner driver on the outside. He just turned on his nephew. Holy shit. Our next match is going to be absolutely insane. As you can see, all the weapons, all the plunder, everything surrounding the ring. We got tables, ladders, shopping carts full of weapons, and this man right here, former YouTube champion, Mr. Beast, is going to be officiating this contest. And ever since he came onto the scene here at ILW, things have been chaos, especially in that YouTube championship division. You know, he came in, pretty much cashed in. You know, he had Batista do his dirty work, beat Logan Paul. Logan Paul took the title back, and then this man made his way to ILW as well. Matt Cardona kind of interfering in Mr. Beast versus Logan Paul, causing distraction, pretty much helping Logan retain the championship. Mr. Beast, you know, had some problem with that. As you can tell right now, these two men throwing verbal jabs at each other in the middle of the ring. And now, Matt Cardona is facing Logan Paul, our current YouTube champion, to see who is actually the YouTube champion, the king of YouTube. And this is Matt Cardona's match. We are in a death match, and Matt Cardona being the death match king, can he walk out of the Royal Rumble, your YouTube champion, excuse me. Logan Paul, though, taking his sweet time to come to the ring. This is rare of him. Cardona standing in the middle of the ring, waiting for Logan Paul. Paul, the guys right beside me. Paul coming in the back. Strikes Cardona in the back of the head, trying to get the upper hand early. And this match is going to start off with a brawl. Logan Paul maintaining that upper hand with the back body drop, cutting that Cardona off. but the veteran with the kendo stick striking down on Paul. You got to think every boy in the back, every one of those men in the backstage area want to do this to Logan Paul. And Matt Cardona, the veteran that he is, able to break down the young man. Logan Paul, Matt Cardona out on the outside of the ring. You got to think the more the weapons get into play, the more this goes Cardona's way. But right now, Logan Paul is taking full advantage of everything in and outside the ring, already setting up a table. But the time it took for him to set up said table let Cardona get the upper hand. Mr. Beast kind of getting in the way of the action, able to give Logan Paul enough time to send Matt Cardona through that table off the top rope. Mr. Beast might have just cost Matt Cardona this championship match. Logan Paul creating something in the ring. Caught a glimpse of Cardona. Mr. Beast on the outside. Spinning corkscrew moonsault. Taking down both the challenger and our referee. Logan Paul sending Cardona back into the ring, but you gotta think right now he can't capitalize. He can't get the victory. Mr. Beast is out on the outside of the ring. Cardona, though, able to get the upper hand, ducked the springboard, and sending Logan Paul into that ladder stationed in the corner. Cardona now checking out Logan Paul's handiwork, pandering to the crowd, pandering to the camera, and got cracked in the face with a kendo stick. Paul now placing Matt Cardona on that top rope. Rough Rider off the middle rope through that stack of chairs, and both men could be out. There's carnage all in the ring. It looks like a wasteland. Cardona's out. Logan Paul's out. Mr. Beast now slowly making his way back into the ring. Cardona using that table to get up back to his feet. But Logan Paul prone and ready, going for that buckshot lariat. Cardona able to reverse. Attitude adjustment through that table. Shades of his old friend John Cena, but he's unable to get the count of three as Logan Paul kicked out at the last second. Now Cardona looks like he's on a mission over here messing with me at the announce desk. There's a brick under the announce desk. Matt Cardona just got caught with a springboard by Logan Paul. Paul goes for a curb stomp on them stairs, but Cardona able to hit the chop block, cutting Logan Paul off, following up with dropping that knee on them steel stairs. Guys, I still can't believe Cardona stashed a brick, a cinder block underneath my announce desk. Logan Paul now limping as Cardona brings that cinder block into the ring. Logan Paul able to block that kick. That right hand, that loaded right hand of Logan Paul sends Cardona down to the mat. Might have knocked him clean out. Wait a minute. Is he going to crush Matt Cardona's skull with that cinder block? Thank God Mr. Beast cut Logan Paul off before he could strike. Once again, Mr. Beast causing mayhem in this matchup, giving Cardona the chance to hit that Rough Rider on Logan Paul. Logan Paul now being placed in the corner, looking for that broski boot. Cardona places the cinder block on Logan's face as he hits that broski boot, scraping the face clean of Logan Paul. And just like that, guys, we are gonna have a new YouTube champion. Mr. Beast counts the three. Logan Paul is out cold, and Matt Cardona holding his new YouTube championship high in the air. Matt Cardona, that championship looks like that's where it's supposed to be, over the shoulder of the Deathmatch King. What could be next for the former YouTube champion? Ladies and gentlemen, with so much going on backstage, who knows what to expect at the Royal Rumble? But as Pat McAfee made perfectly clear, up next is the Brothers of Destruction, Kane and The Undertaker, taking on the Usos. But will it just be Big Jimmy? Big Jimmy Uso out here defending against Kane and The Undertaker, or will he get some backup from the bloodline? You know, right now, Main Event Jey Uso is out. He has been taken out backstage. Rifts in the family have been formed, and now darkness has descended over the island of relevancy. And that darkness is none other than Kane and The Undertaker, with Bray Wyatt at the helm. Kane, Undertaker taking directions by their cult-like leader, Bray Wyatt. And right there, Bloodline OG is correct. Big Jimmy Uso holding his half of the SmackDown Tag Team title, throwing up the one. Can he defend tonight against two icons like Kane and The Undertaker? I don't know, it's hard to tell, especially with somebody like Bray Wyatt behind them.
This next match is scheduled for one fall and is for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Your challengers being brought to the ring by the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt. They are the Brothers of Destruction, Kane and The Undertaker. And your champions, representing the Bloodline, the reigning, defending SmackDown Tag Team Champions, one half of the Usos, Jimmy Uso.
Thanks again, Nasty Nate, for those introductions. Excuse me. Right there is what these men are fighting for, the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The Undertaker gonna let his younger brother Kane kick off the match with Jimmy Uso. Kane goes straight for the chokeslam right away, but Jimmy able to counter, followed up with an enziguri. Can Jimmy maintain offense so that nope. Kane shuts him down with a big boot and tags in The Undertaker. Right now we're already seeing the cracks. Jimmy can't take on both of these men at the same time. Taker taking it to Jimmy in the corner, now sending him off the ropes. Maybe looking for that big clothesline. Dead man connects, sending Jimmy Uso down. Tags back in Kane. Quick and frequent tags are necessary in tag team contests, but I don't know if they're this necessary. Two brothers almost collide. Jimmy able to counter with two big super kicks, sending down both the Dead Man and the Big Red Machine. Samoan drop onto Kane. Jimmy Uso is on fire. He might actually pull this off. Uso splash from the top rope. Undertaker slides Jimmy out on the outside. Jimmy able to slide down the back, connect Taker's head off that ring post. That could be the difference maker if Kane wasn't prepared for that big choke slam. Another hot tag, quick tag I should say. Both men transitioning in and out of the ring, and Taker now calling for the end. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we have new tag team champions.
And your new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Kane and The Undertaker, the Brothers of Destruction! This next match is scheduled for one fall and is for the ILW Championship. Coming to the ring first, from Long Island, New York, weighing in at 224 pounds, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. Coming to the ring next, from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 225 pounds, CM Punk! And coming to the ring next, from Gomez, Palacio, Mexico, weighing in at 235 pounds, your ILW champion, Andrade Alonso.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the last match before the Royal Rumble? Andrade there showing both men who the champ is. Just like Nasty Nate let us know, this will be a triple threat match for that ILW championship. CM Punk won #1 contendership last month. MJF got cashed in last month and lost the ILW championship to Andrade El Idolo, our current champion. And this is going to be exciting. Punk though, right off the bat, double legs. MJF taking it to him. Andrade arguing with the ref, saying, hey, this is a three-way, all of us. Andrade reminding Punk who the champ is. Big chop to the chest. Sends Punk off the ropes. Andrade goes under the bottom rope, slips Punk up, and then floats over right on the back of CM Punk. MJF, though, cuts off the offense. Sends Punk out to this chair on the outside. Nasty spill by CM Punk, but MJF gets taken down by that Hurricane Rana and a big splash in the corner by Andrade. MJF able to float over the back out of the suplex and hit a tombstone stunner already in this matchup. MJF not able to get the upper hand though after CM Punk hits that Shining Wizard. Andrade already back up, hits a German suplex for A 2 count after MJF stomps the midsection of Andrade. And now MJF planning to work that arm. Stomp to the arm, followed by that arm drag into an arm bar. Working the arm and shoulder of Andrade. Once again, Punk stops MJF, hits that clothesline, trapped arm behind the back clothesline. Catches Andrade with this go to sleep. Andrade able to reverse, hitting the Hurricane Rana kind of out of nowhere. And now MJF and Andrade throwing hands as CM Punk has been seemingly taken out of this matchup for the time being. Enziguri, but Punk. Springboard clothesline takes down the champion. Guys, there's action flying everywhere. Who in this matchup will be able to get the upper hand? It seems like anytime a man gets the advantage, another one comes out of nowhere and stops the momentum. Punk now has both men on the outside going for a suicide dive right out here in front of me. Andrade and MJF catch Punk and send him on my announce table, crashing. Andrade now getting MJF back in the ring. Going up to the top rope, looking for a moonsault. MJF rolls out of the way, but Andrade still able to connect. MJF kicks out just at the last moment. Punk jumps over MJF for that running knee, followed up by the Bulldog. Andrade, using Andrade kind of as a weapon against MJF, followed up by that patented CM Punk neck breaker. Punk went for that roundhouse one too many times. MJF caught it, dropped Punk on the knee with that power bomb. Andrade went for that spinning back elbow, but gets caught with the salt of the arm bar. And just like this, guys, out of seemingly nowhere, MJF could get back his ILW championship, but Punk crashes down with that Macho Man style elbow drop from the top rope, but Andrade breaks up the pin. Punk able to reverse that arm trap DAT by Andrade to hit the go to sleep. MJF looking to steal this one, throws Punk out of the ring, but Punk grabs MJF and hits another neck breaker, this time on the outside of the ring, taking out MJF. Andrade, a corkscrew suicide dive on the outside, lands hard on that ramp, and MJF takes his freaking head off with the clothesline. Guys, once again, action everywhere. CM Punk hits that Hurricane Run on MJF, follows it up by a series of strikes and chops on Andrade. CM Punk whips Andrade into a high knee by MJF, and now MJF and Punk in the ring. Punk stops MJF short and locks in the sharpshooter. You gotta think that's gotta hurt not only the lower back of MJF, but that knee, putting strain on that knee that's so heavily braced. Will MJF tap, or will he be able to escape by getting to the bottom rope? Andrade, though, floating over, hitting the Hurricane Rana, bouncing off the ropes, hitting that spinning back elbow. But as he gets up, MJF hits a Panama Sunrise, and just like this, guys, that could be it. Punk able to break up the pinfall again. Now placing MJF on the top rope. You guys see that knee is exposed. It's taking a lot of damage, but Punk looking for the Pepsi plunge. MJF could be out. This could be the end. We could have a new ILW champion, but Andrade breaks it up at the last minute. Punk able, once again, float over. Got Andrade up for the go to sleep. Connects. But MJF stops Punk short with a super kick. All men are down. MJF looking to be the first one back to his feet. MJF goes for a sunset flip powerbomb here on the outside, but that knee gives out. Andrade springboard moonsault crashing through my announce table. MJF able to get out of the way, make it back into the ring, sending Andrade crashing. And now Punk, MJF going at it in the middle of the ring, hip toss. MJF lands on his feet. That knee though gives out, giving Punk time to get these elbow strikes to the jaw of MJF, softening up. And now Punk looks to be on for a suplex. But MJF, brain buster from out of nowhere. Punk landed on top. Andrade connects with the frog splash.
And still your ILW champion, Andrade Alino.
Guys, the looks on Punk's and MJF's face say it all, the disappointment. But that man right there, Andrade El Idolo, has proved time and time again now that he is the face of ILW. He is our champion. And congratulations to him. What's next for Punk and MJF? Find out on the road to WrestleMania.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your Royal Rumble match. The rules are as follows. 30 men will enter in a randomly selected order. One man will walk out the victor after all 29 others have been eliminated. Eliminations can only occur when a participant has been thrown over the top rope and both feet touch the floor. The winner of the Royal Rumble will be granted a world title shot against either World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns or ILW Champion Andrade in the main event of WrestleMania!
Thank you, Nate, for the introduction for the Royal Rumble match. And it looks like we're going to start the biggest match of the year off with a bang. We have the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, into number one. And boy, does he have a lot to prove. Trying to prove, I should say, that he deserves to be on top, that he deserves to be ILW World Heavyweight Champion or ILW Champion. And the man who gets to start the match off with former Bullet Club member in his own right, Kenny Omega. Now, these two men have faced off in various matchups throughout the years, whether it's in ILW, whether it's for New Japan, whether it's for Ring of Honor. I am ecstatic to see these two men lock horns in the biggest matchup of the year. You know, the Royal Rumble, personally my favorite match of the year. Anticipation is high. Who walks out of the Royal Rumble and goes to get the main event shot at WrestleMania? And you gotta think, we know who the champions are. Andrade retained in the triple threat match. Roman Reigns retained as well. These two men, Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes, and then we have 28 others who are fighting for that spot. And this is the first time in Royal Rumble history we have no clue who any of the entrants are coming in. And I think that just makes the intrigue of this match so much more. You know, usually a Rumble, for the Royal Rumble, the biggest intrigue is the surprises. Who we're going to get, who's going to come back, things like that. This year, every entrant is a surprise, just to make it that much better. Kenny Omega throwing Cody over the top rope already. Kenny looking to get the upper hand, possibly eliminate Rhodes. Rhodes not having any of it. But Kenny Omega fighting back, the heart and spirit of Kenny Omega showing through. Kenny going for the V-trigger. Goes over the top rope, able to skin the cat. Snap Dragon suplex, planning Cody Rhodes, And who will enter number 3? The Rumble clock counts down. And it's Ricochet. A man that, his agility alone could get him all the way to the end. Get him, to the main event of WrestleMania. Can we see Ricochet, fight all the way through, defeat 29 others? Right now, Rhodes hitting a little flip-flop and fly in the middle of the ring, interrupted by Ricochet with that springboard clothesline coming in the ring hot. Ricochet goes through the middle rope, catching the midsection of Kenny Omega, goes for a Hurricanrana. Ricochet reverses. Kenny goes over for that bulldog, but Ricochet able to fight out of it. Spin kick to the side of the head of Cody Rhodes. Ricochet, though, being too flashy, playing to the audience, and got hit with Crossroads. And gives an Alabama slam to Kenny Omega. Ricochet, I don't know how he's back up on his feet. Rhodes, Ricochet, trading blows. Ricochet flipping stunner, or cutter, I should say, out of the corner. And Pentagon, the return of Penta to ILW. This man and his brother have been former tag team champion. He's a former Impact champion, Lucha Underground champion. What can we expect from Penta in the Royal Rumble? Entering number 4, face-to-face with Kenny Omega. These two men fought off against each other in one of the most revolutionary indie events of all time, All In, and now they're in the Royal Rumble. But Ricochet attempts to cut that off. Penta able to sell him short with that backstabber. Penta able to reverse. But Rhodes from behind cuts Penta off. Goes for the back body drop. Penta able to slide back over. Super kick to the gut. Kick to the face. And Penta sends Cody off the ropes, over the top. Rhodes able to hang on. Penta step up enziguri. Now Ricochet with that shooting star press to standing Penta. And ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Drew McIntyre is arriving at number 5 to break the dreams of the 4 other competitors that are inside that ring. Could we see Drew McIntyre be the man to take on either Roman Reigns or Andrade? Ricochet bringing the fight to Drew before he can even get all the way in the ring, but Drew McIntyre is having none of it. Headbutt to Ricochet. Throws Ricochet up in the air, catches him with an angle-like slam. Penta in the corner. Drew McIntyre goes for a big splash. Penta able to get out of the way. Goes for the Penta driver, but Drew floats over the back. Chops Penta. Sounds like a shotgun going off inside the arena here. Kenny with that knee to the face of Drew McIntyre. But Drew takes out both Kenny Omega and Penta. Catches Rhodes out of the Cody Cutter. But Rhodes sends McIntyre over the top rope. Their feet have not touched the rope. Have not touched the ground, and McIntyre able to make it back in the ring. And guys, the action is everywhere. Nobody's been eliminated yet. I spoke too soon. Dragon suplex sends Ricochet to the outside by Kenny Omega. And ladies and gentlemen, we have the return of the Rated R superstar, Edge. Cody waiting for Edge to get in the ring, but Kenny sends him over the top rope. Cody still not hitting the ground yet. Edge goes under. Execution. Drew McIntyre looked to be going for a Claymore, but Edge able to counter with the spear. Edge hits Penta with the spear as well. Cody Rhodes coming to get some offense on Edge. Going for Crossroads. Edge able to reverse into that reverse DDT, I should say, and gets caught with a V-trigger. Guys, the action is hot. It's everywhere. It's hard to call. All these men fighting for the right to be in the main event of WrestleMania, and Drew McIntyre is just eating these chops and strikes by Kenny Omega, but Kenny did not eat that headbutt. Ladies and gentlemen, up next, I can't believe it, making his ILW debut, the Sandman, entering through the crowd, kendo stick in hand, beer in hand, bashing the beer can on his skull, drinking some beer before he gets in the ring, and Drew McIntyre is poised, ready to go. McIntyre asking for it. Drew gets hit with that kendo stick by the Sandman. Sandman laying it in. And now Sandman locks in that Russian leg sweep, aided by that Singapore cane. But Penta cuts the Sandman's dreams short with that clothesline, sending him outside. McIntyre looks agitated, but him and Penta eye to eye, edges over the top rope, not eliminated yet. Penta decides to super kick Rhodes instead of fighting Drew McIntyre, who he had his eyes on, and he paid the price. But Edge, off the top rope, takes out McIntyre himself. And ladies and gentlemen, the Intercontinental Champion, one member of the Four Horsemen, that's right, Bobby Roode, glorious as ever. Before he even steps in the ring, he's already trying to eliminate Rhodes. And ladies and gentlemen, Edge has been thrown over the top rope by Drew McIntyre. Bobby Roode has not been in the ring yet, but gets claymored and sent down to the floor. He is not eliminated. He has never made it inside the ring. Penta and Rhodes hitting Drew McIntyre with a double suplex. Kenny able to jump over, hit that bulldog. And Bobby Roode with that double A-like spine buster. But Kenny Omega has the triggers for everybody. And now he has, Omega has Rhodes up for the one-winged angel. And now normally that's when it would be a wrap. Kenny, though, takes his eyes off the prize, goes for Bobby Roode, and Bobby Roode just eliminated Kenny. By God, Omega. And Drew McIntyre throws Bobby Roode across the ring with that over-the-head belly-to-belly. And Carmelo Hayes, he believes he is him, and now he is live here. Drew McIntyre, middle of the ring, goes to get Carmelo Hayes, but Carmelo hits Bobby with the crossbody. Drew with the tornado DDT. Super kick to Rhodes. Goes for possibly a brainbuster. Rhodes able to counter it. Suplex face buster of his own, but gets caught with a backstabber by Penta. Ladies and gentlemen, the action is fast, high paced, and that was a glorious DDT by Bobby Roode on to Penta. Carmelo Hayes has to be careful with those over-the-top antics. He could eliminate himself if he is not careful. Goes for a code breaker onto Bobby Roode, but Bobby Roode beats him with that Death Valley driver, and Roode gets hit with another Claymore for his troubles. And now we see KO, a man who's turned to the dark side, turned on Sami Zayn, and has aligned himself with the Elite. What do you think Kevin Owens has in store for us tonight? You see Carmelo Hayes recovering in the corner, Penta recovering in the other corner. Eye to eye with Cody Rhodes, throws Rhodes up for a pop-up powerbomb and plants him. Carmelo Hayes gets hit with a stunner, and Penta goes for the Canadian or Mexican Destroyer and gets hit. Dropped on his neck. And now KO looks to eliminate Drew McIntyre and possibly Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode able to slide into that bottom rope, but Drew McIntyre wasn't as lucky. Rhodes went for a disaster kick. Kevin Owens, guys, is on fire in this Royal Rumble until he gets stopped by that knee of Carmelo Hayes. And we mentioned Sami Zayn, and look who comes out next. The man that KO betrayed to align himself with the Young Bucks. Sami Zayn, right there, he is back. And you got to think he was looking for redemption when it comes to Kevin Owens. Penta tries to eliminate Hayes while he's not paying attention, and KO is in the middle of the ring, waiting on Sami Zayn. Owens doesn't wait for Sami Zayn to get all the way in the ring. German suplex by KO. KO not playing any games with Sami Zayn. Dropping him on the knee, the back of the head on the knee, and now picks Zayn up for a power bomb. No, Owens. Onto the ring apron, over the top rope. Sami Zayn looks to be out. The referee currently checking on Zayn. He's going. Ladies and gentlemen, Sami Zayn might be seriously injured. Referee is calling for a medic. KO looks pleased with himself, but gets caught with the super kick. We will do our best to keep you updated on Sami Zayn. It looks like they're going to try to get him to the back. Check on him. He is still not moving. With Carmelo Hayes in the middle of the ring, taking it to the likes of Cody Rhodes, Penta. Cody with the Cody Cutter on Carmelo Hayes, though. And Bobby Roode stops all the momentum that Cody was able to build. Oh my goodness. The path of destruction, ladies and gentlemen, I believe has just started inside this Royal Rumble. Bane. He made his return to ILW just a couple months ago. Absolutely destroyed Seth Rollins at Fight Night. Had a match with Rollins. Absolutely obliterated Rollins there. And now Bobby Roode trying to escape from that. Tries to roll out of the second rope and gets caught by Bane. And now Bane, path of destruction, throws Rhodes up into a power slam. Bane gets super kicked, but literally eats it. Carmelo Hayes looking to get a piece of Bane, but Bane throws Carmelo Hayes at Kevin Owens, and Bane hits a pounce, sends Penta all the way to the rampway. Bane now picks Bobby Roode up and hits that backbreaker. You gotta think Bobby Roode might be out after something of that nature, and Will Ospreay makes his return to an ILW ring. It's been a while since we've seen Ospreay, former pure champion, taken down by Hangman Adam Page. Bane ready. Ospreay hits that springboard. Phenomenal like forearm. KO with the stunner. Rhodes with the crossroads. Could that be it for Bane? A hidden blade. Everybody, all hands on deck, trying to take out Bane. Cody directing traffic. Ospreay, Owens, Rhodes taking it to Bane right now. Bane able to power out. Carmelo Hayes looks to be going for like a poison Rana. Reverse Alabama slam on the top rope sends Carmelo Hayes crashing out under my desk here. Owens smart chop block to the knee of Bane, followed up by a Saito suplex. Ospreay looking to take advantage of Kevin Owens being distracted. Step up, Enziguri to the side of the head. Rhodes going for another crossroads. Connects on Owens. Ospreay, Tiger Driver on to Bane, and who do we have next? John Cena making his way into the Royal Rumble. And ladies and gentlemen, you gotta think, if Cena walks out of here, we could be seeing that alluded 17th time. Ospreay, Cena, a matchup you never thought you'd see. Cena sending Ospreay off the rope. Ospreay springboard gets caught into an attitude adjustment planted by John Cena, but John Cena gets hit with a torpedo headbutt by Bane. Bane now able to take out both Rhodes and Bobby Roode with that clothesline, but Cena saying, come get it. Trading blows with Bane, getting the better of Bane. Picks Bane up, back body drop. Looks to be going for the 5-knuckle shuffle. Can we see it? Cena, you can't see me bouncing off the ropes. 5-knuckle shuffle to Bane, and he's waiting on Bane to get up. He's calling for it. But KO goes for a crossbody. Cena able to catch him. Owens able to reverse into a suplex into the corner. Bane back to his feet. Clotheslines. The Intercontinental Champion out of the ring right here in front of me, and Bobby Roode looks upset, but I don't think he's going to fight back too hard when that man Bane is on the other side of the ring. KO calling out Bane, telling Bane to bring it. KO pushes Bane off. Super kick by Rhodes. Stunner by Owens. Crossroads by Bane. KO cannonball into the corner to Will Ospreay. John Cena hits that neck breaker onto Cody Rhodes in the middle of the ring. Owens with that moonsault. And Cena hits the code red. Ladies and gentlemen, who do you think is going to be the next entrant? And it's big. Bronson Reed. Ladies and gentlemen, if you missed his Bloodsport matchup against Brody King, go check it out. These two men absolutely destroyed each other. Cena was poised waiting on Reed, but gets caught with a hidden blade. And now Bronson Reed looking to go after Ospreay. Ospreay springs off the ropes and gets caught with a burning hammer by Bronson Reed. Reed throws Cody into the corner, but now we got Bronson Reed and Bane face to face. Bane takes off the vest. It's showtime. Two big men about to absolutely tear it down. Trading strikes. Both men go for a headbutt at the same time. Cena looking for a double springboard stunner. Bane, Bronson catching choke slam. Double choke slam by Bronson Reed and Kane. Bronson Reed and Bane. Reed able to hit that big belly to belly on Bane. Takes down Kevin Owens. Ospreay, Rhodes fighting in the corner. Rhodes on them stairs. Ospreay saw danger, flipped over. Reed hits that kick to the side of the head. But now we have some unscripted violence in the form of our current ILWPOD champion, Mr. Jon Moxley, looking throughout the arena to see what nook or cranny he's going to appear from. And there he is, coming through the crowd, right up the stairs. Uppercut in the corner by Ospreay on Bane. Big splash by Reed on Bane. And now Ospreay, Moxley locking it up in the middle of the ring. They're breaking it up. Moxley looks like he wants a fair fight against Ospreay, but Reed is having none of this showmanship. Takes down Mox. Reed gets taken out by Bane, and now Ospreay is in the clutches of Bane, but Moxley and KO, while Bane is taking care of Ospreay, are taking care of Reed, sending him outside. KO and Mox working together to get rid of the big man. And immediately start throwing hands. Moxley getting the better of Kevin Owens, sending him off the ropes. Cody Rhodes throws KO out. Stops Moxley. Looks to eliminate Mox. Throws him in the corner. Snap power slam. Rhodes is on fire but gets caught with that leg drop by John Cena. And now Cena and Bane face to face in the middle of the ring. But they are going to be interrupted by the ring General Gunther. Gunther's been fighting and fighting for this ILW championship for the better part of this year. Could we see Gunther walk out of the Royal Rumble and go straight after Andrade El Idolo, who pretty much stole that championship, if you think about it, from the grasp of Gunther when he cashed in on MJF. Gunther in the middle of the ring, taking on the two biggest behemoths in the ring, John Cena and Bane. Ospreay, kind of from out of nowhere, connects with a forearm, connects with a kick. Gunther, though, able to get the upper hand, clotheslines, Rhodes, power bombs Ospreay. Cena connects with that suplex, but Bane able to hit over the back, belly to back suplex. Gunther back to his feet with that Tyrannosaurus Rex drop kick, sending Bane down. Hits a hellacious lariat and follows it up with a power bomb onto Bane. And who better to try to capitalize on the punishment that Gunther just let out than this man, the visionary, the revolutionary, Seth freaking Rollins, and he's got a vendetta against Bane. Immediately curb stomp Bane's skull into the mat, picks the limp body of Bane up, throws him over the top rope, and just like that, Rollins able to get some revenge off of Bane. Now Gunther and Rollins in the middle of the ring, trading counters. Rollins spin kick to the gut, kick to the chest. Looks like he's going for a buckle bomb. Rhodes gets out of the way, so Rollins is able to connect. Rhodes goes to get Rollins, but Rollins counters it with that ripcord knee. And now Rollins and Cena, former rivals. Rollins goes for a ripcord knee on Cena. Cena catches him, goes for the attitude adjustment. Rollins lands on his feet and hits enziguri of his own. Rollins noticed Mox and Ospreay were fighting on the outside. Eliminates both men. Cena goes to get the upper hand. Rollins' feet do not touch the ground. Now Cena and Rollins out on the apron. Rollins step up, another enziguri, but Cena clotheslines Rollins back into the ring, and both men are safe. Close call for both Cena and Rollins out there. And now Gunther is about to take it to John Cena until you hear the theme of the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Bret the Hitman Hart making his way into the Royal Rumble match, and I never thought I'd see it. Gunther eye to eye with Bret the Hitman Hart. Who's going to throw the first blow? Cena pushes Gunther into Bret. Picks up Gunther for the AA. Attitude adjustment in the middle of the ring. But Bret saw through the BS and hits John Cena with a pile driver. Rollins just threw Rhodes outside. Looks like Rhodes still is hanging on. But now Bret and Rollins locking it up. Bret hits Rollins with the Russian leg sweep, followed up by a swinging neck breaker. Gunther able to lock in that sleeper hold, that rear naked choke. Bret able to counter with the jawbreaker. And now Cena, full head of steam, goes for Gunther. Gunther tried to reverse, but gets caught with a tornado DDT. And Bret Hart able to stop the momentum of Cena with that drop kick. And now we have the apex predator of ILW, Randy Orton. And I'm sure he's got the 3 most dangerous letters in all the professional wrestling ready for those individuals inside the ring. Randy poked to the eyes to Bret Hart. RKO's Cody Rhodes. RKO's Bret Hart. Rollins Going for a springboard, gets an RKO. Cena, RKO. The only one's left, Gunther. Randy goes to hit the RKO. Gunther reverses into that rear naked choke. Orton fighting for his life. Able to pick Gunther up. Going for a back body drop. Puts him over the rope. And Adam Cole, the man who took the World Heavyweight Championship from Randy Orton, makes his way to the ring. You gotta think Adam Cole's gotta be looking to get back that World Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns has got the better of him. Yes, you gotta think Adam Cole believes he can take down the Tribal Chief. Bret Rollins in the corner, Rhodes and Cena in the corner, Randy Orton waiting for Adam Cole. Adam Cole takes the double leg, throwing some blows at the Viper. Adam Cole picks up Rhodes. That patella knee drop. And now he's got to be looking for the Panama Sunrise. Adam Cole connects. Cody Rhodes. Cody Cutter. On to Adam Cole. And coming to the ring next is none other than the phenomenal AJ Styles. It's been a while since AJ has had championship gold within ILW. Can he walk out champion? You know, AJ Styles was champion our first WrestleMania. Does he go into WrestleMania 3 fighting for one of those championships we think he would want? Try to get back that ILW championship. We'll have to see. Right now, phenomenal forearm, looks to be ready. AJ Styles connects with Randy Orton. Cena and Gunther fighting over there in the corner. Was Cena going for a Canadian Destroyer but got caught? Gunther dropped him on his head. It's Styles. Hits the Styles Clash. And just like that, now we have the megastar LA Knight making his way to the Rumble. You got things looking to make a mark here in ILW, looking to become a champion, and Cena is stepping up, saying, if you want some, kid, you're going to have to take it from me. And LA Knight hits John Cena with the BFT. Rhodes, Knight, throwing blows. Gunther chops Adam Cole and eliminates Adam Cole right at the feet of the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Blockbuster by LA Knight on the Cody Rhodes. And the most wanted man, Nick Nemeth, makes his debut in ILW and connects with a super kick to the already eliminated Adam Cole. Nick Nemeth taking on LA Knight, hits a famouser. That's a big splash, that stinger-like splash on the Rollins in the corner. Now sends Rollins into Gunther, who hits that power bomb. Nick, super kick to Gunther, and now Nick Nemeth, Bret the Hitman Hart, eye to eye. Bret getting the upper hand. As of right now, hits the Bulldog on to Nick. Rhodes looking to hit Bret Hart with the Crossroads. Wait a second, guys. The lights just went out. Rhodes was poised to hit Bret with that Crossroads, but the Stinger. Stinger's in the ring. The Icon. Sting just dropped. Cody Rhodes with that Scorpion Death Drop sends Rhodes out of the ring. And while Sting's not paying attention, while he's paying attention to Rhodes, Bret gets the upper hand, dubs Sting out of the ring. But Rhodes and Sting trading words on the outside. What does Stinger want with the American Nightmare? Gunther getting a little taste from everybody until he reverses and gets power bombs. Dolph Ziggler onto the outside. I hope that doesn't end up like Sami Zayn earlier. Rollins floats over the back of Cena. Rollins have been going at it for the majority of this match. Both men now back on the outside. Trade the suplex reversal. Shoulder to the back of the head of Rollins. Rollins goes for a step-up curb stomp, and Cena clips the arm, sending Rollins out. Attitude adjustment to Styles and an RKO to John Cena, back to back to back. And now the American Dragon making his return to ILW. We haven't seen him since Bret Hart turned his back on all of us and all the fans on the American Dragon, and Bret looks like he has seen a ghost. Bryan making a beeline straight for Bret Hart. Roundhouse kick to the back of the head. German suplex planting Bret. Bret goes for a back body drop, trying to send Danielson out of the ring. Styles hits Bret with a Pele, and now Danielson, Styles locking it up. Bret goes to eliminate both Styles and Danielson. Danielson hangs on. Styles is eliminated. LA Knight trying to take it to Danielson and Bret, but Danielson hits that running knee, sending LA Knight over the top rope. And the Prince, Finn Balor, he's also been chasing that ILW championship all year long. You gotta think he beat Gunther. MJF turned his back, took that championship from him, and now Balor's been chasing it all year. Gunther, the man that Balor beat last year at WrestleMania, has Danielson in that sleeper hold, and Finn Balor making his way to the top rope, a last year's Royal Rumble winner, sizing up for that coup de grace, and it connects on both Danielson and Gunther, breaking up that rear naked choke. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play the game. We haven't seen Triple H since he took on Cody Rhodes. What a return tonight at the Royal Rumble. He looked jacked, better than ever. Orton, Cena waiting on Triple H to get in the ring. Bret Hart suplexes Bryan over the top rope. Both men hit the ground. Bret's pissed at Danielson, but you gotta think he can only be mad at himself. Both men are eliminating each other pretty much, and now the game, Triple H is in the ring, connects with a high knee, sizes Orton up for the spine buster. Triple H, pedigree on to John Cena. Triple H hitting the greatest hits on some of his greatest rivals throughout the years. Wait a minute. There's no way. Jey Uso was attacked earlier tonight. He couldn't defend his tag team title. The championship changed hands because he was not able to compete. His brother was destroyed by the Brothers of Destruction, and he is in the ring, taking it to the game right now. Roman Reigns, the wise man Paul Heyman, look beside themselves as self-proclaimed main event Jey Uso is out here tearing it up in the middle of the ring with some of the best this industry has ever seen. Orton drops the ropes, so Triple H is eliminated. Jey Uso slides down the back of John Cena, super kick to John Cena. Randy goes for the RKO on Cena, but Cena throws Orton over the top rope. Cena and Uso is about to lock horns, and now the Beast, Brock Lesnar, making his return after we haven't seen him since last year at the Rumble when he fought Gunther for the ILW Championship. And Brock Lesnar jump into this match and be right back in the title contendership. Brock hits an F5 onto Cena. Belly to belly on Jey Uso. Reverses a sling blade. Hits a German on Finn Balor. Brock Lesnar gets taken down by Gunther. Gunther goes for that power bomb. Cena gets the upper hand, pushes, and uses the momentum of Brock to eliminate both Brock Lesnar and Gunther. Jey Uso now clotheslines Finn Balor. Balor's been eliminated. Jey Uso hangs on. Jey sliding back in the ring. Last two in the ring. John Cena fighting for his 17th time. Jey Uso looks to be wanting to become the tribal chief, the head of the table, potentially. Jey getting the upper hand over Cena. Whips Cena off the ropes. Hits a spear. Shades of his current tribal chief, Roman Reigns. He's sizing Cena up. Jey Uso connects with the rock bottom on John Cena and throws Cena out. Jey Uso just won the 2025 Royal Rumble match. This man walked in tonight a tag team champion and walks out with no tag team titles, but all by himself. He is the winner of the Royal Rumble, and it looks like the first man to come congratulate is Roman Reigns. Looking to shake hands, Paul Heyman getting in the way though. Reigns pulls Heyman in front of that super kick, and now Jey Uso looks ready to fight. It looks like he's calling out the tribal chief. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned to see who main event Jey Uso fights at WrestleMania.